Yes, I'm sitting in the back seat of my own car. So this is for anyone with, I believe, a 2012 to 2014 Dodge Charger. In the back here, you have this armrest that folds down, and this is where I'm going to be putting my new enclosure I'm making for my sub. Right now I have a 10-inch Kenwood shallow mount in the back. It's not bad, but this seat blocks a lot of the sound. So I decided just to try to bring some of the sound into the cab itself to, you know, see how much better it makes it sound. But yeah, I'm gonna take this out. I already have it detached. I took all the bolts out. So you have about 5 to 6, maybe about 5 inches of room there to build yourself a box. Yeah, it's gonna be an 8-inch sub. I'm gonna fiberglass it all in, so we'll see how it turns out. It's gonna follow there is a slight curve. It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's straight from here, but the box is gonna follow the contour of this. It's gonna be wrapped in the same black leather, and then I'm just gonna fiberglass the ring to fit the 8-inch, and then I don't have very much mounting depth here, but I'll have to make it work. It's probably gonna have to be a sealed box, not much room. So yeah, let's get started. Alright, sorry about my voice. I'm a little bit sick right now, but I'll try to continue making this video anyway. So I got a piece of 1/4-inch MDF, took everything out of there. So I'm using that as a base because I'm gonna be fiberglassing it, right? And I need as much room as I can in here because I don't want the sub sticking into the front fucking seat. So 1/4-inch is good. I'm gonna fiberglass it in the end anyway, make it all nice and strong. So that's nice and fitting there. I'm gonna take these pieces. I already traced this one out. You can see a faint line right there. These are for the edges. So the sides of the box, as you can see, the line, pencil line, follows the contour of the seat. So the box is gonna be curved, but then at the same time, it's gonna have the ring fiberglassed in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut these side pieces out, and then cut some little braces for in here to hold that, and then the top and bottom. And yeah, I'll be right back. Side cut out. I'm going to fit this back in, but then do it on the other side to see if I can just trace it out or what. So at the bottom, I have it going in just a little bit more, just because I don't want you to be able to really see the crease down here. Whatever, you'll know what I'm talking about. Alright, so that's good on that side. Sorry, I'm trying to film this with my phone because I'm lame. I don't have a camera. Oh fuck. Alright, you know what? That fits actually pretty good on both sides. So I guess I just gotta trace this up, cut another one out, and then just brace them in there with some little corner 90 things, whatever, and then take it out and mount in the top and bottom. Alright, I got both pieces cut out, so they're basically just a rough cut right now. So I'm gonna squeeze them together and run a sander just to make sure they're both almost perfect. So, alright, let's see if I can sand these down a bit. Alright, that's gonna take way too long. If you guys don't know what this is, or if you've never used one, get some. Doesn't matter if you're working with wood, metal, plastic. That thing chews the shit out of anything, makes it 10 times faster. Alright, fuck it, good enough. Both these pieces cut out. Throw them back in here. See how she looks. Alright, there's one. There's two. So I'd say, as it's sitting right now, I have a maximum 4 inches of mounting depth. And that's if I put the sub at the top. So, yeah, the ring's gonna have to stick out like, I don't know, another 2 inches, depending on the mounting depth of the sub. I have the specs in my phone, I just don't feel like looking at it. So yeah, I'll measure up the top, bottom, cut them out. And then I'll brace the whole thing together like a box without a lid, and then put some bracing on the inside. And then get cutting some rings. Alright, so since these are 1/4 inch, then I need to make, this will be the top piece on this side. So the inside, this bottom piece is 9 inches. So I'll make it, I guess 9 by 3.5 inches. So 8.5 by 3.5 inch piece. So 3.5, which is right, actually. Oh, you fucking bitch. God damn it. Alright. Let's try this. Alright, and then we need one 8.5. Alright, and that'll be our top piece. I have to, if I try to squeeze it in there, everything will fall over. So, yeah, we'll fit that up, measure the bottom one, I'll be right back. So, I don't have a nail gun or a little, whatever the fuck. But, to attach these sides on, all I'm really using is these tiny little nails. And I'm pre-drilling holes. So, and then I'm just putting a bit of glue and tapping the nails down. But it works like, it actually works really good. That's like super stiff. So it turned out pretty good. So I'm gonna do all 4 sides like that. And yeah, we'll see how sturdy it is when I'm done. I got the frame all done up. Fits in there nice and snug. Nice tight corners, tight seals. So I'm going to take it out now and fix it to the back, and then we'll stick it back in, see how she looks. I got the sides all attached to the back. I put these pieces of 2x4 in there just to keep it square while I nailed and glued the back on, so each corner met up perfectly with the other corner. So everything should be good to go now. Let it dry overnight. And squeeze this bitch in here. Oh fuck, hold on. Oh fuck. I need like a GoPro attached to my fucking head so I can film this at the same time. Oh fuck yeah. That's gonna look fucking dope. Yeah, and I'll have the ring sitting out about right here. So it's gonna have even more of an arch. And yeah, fiberglass it all in. It's gonna be pretty gnarly. So that's that. I know it's getting kind of dark out now. I might just cut the ring tomorrow or something, or whatever, I don't know. But so far that's that. she's in there pretty good. Looks really good, actually. All right, so I'll finish the rest tomorrow. See you later. All right, so I got the braces taken out. I got the inside all glued up. I made this ring out of cardboard. I like hot glued it just for fun, just to see, like, I don't know, just to picture what it's gonna look like. Like, even it's sitting like that. I think the mounting depth of the sub I got is around 5 inches. So I'm gonna have to raise it up like probably about there, like 2 inches. But I don't know. It's gonna look pretty sweet when it's done. Like, I originally wanted to put it to one side and then put a port here, but since this box is gonna be so small, like, you can't make this ported. I don't know, it's just way too small. So yeah, that's the idea right there. I don't know, I'm probably just gonna have it right in the middle or even up at the top where there's more room. I don't know, I'll have to see. So yeah, next step, I guess I'll be cutting out that ring. There's the ring all cut out, ready to go. Smoothed out the corners, gave them a little bit of a rounded edge. Now, I just noticed, like, say if that side is flush, this side's sticking over maybe 1/4 inch, and this is something I kind of wanted to do earlier, but I didn't think of until after I already cut them out, is I should have made this ring a lot bigger than it is, and then just had part of it like maybe 1 inch bigger. It would have came down here more, but then I would have trimmed off the sides to make them flat, because all down here is going to be blank. So I was trying to figure out some structural, just something to put there to give it a little bit of shape, a little bit of character, because it's like the cloth is going to go straight from that ring to the bottom. Like, it'll give it a bit of a triangle look from the corner to there. So, but we'll see how it turns out. If I absolutely despise it, I'll tear it apart and figure something else out. But yeah, so there's the ring so far. Yeah, I'll cut the sides and then I'll figure out where to mount this thing. We got the sides all trimmed up, got them flat. So this thing's going to have to sit up like another 1 inch above this box. So I have some dowel, I have some leftover scrap pieces. I'm thinking just do something flat like that, because the magnet on this sub ordered is pretty fat. So if I were to angle it a bit, I'd have to have it like out here, and I don't want to do that. So I don't know, I'm thinking just straight up like that might just do the trick. So I'll measure out some dowel, and yeah, I don't know, I'm thinking like once I get it measured up there, oh fuck, I'll just do that first. Okay, I got the ring mounted. It's about, I'd say 1.5 inches to 1 3/4 above the actual base, or above the top piece. So if you see right there, it's just above the 5 inch mark. So that'll give it, it mounts at 5 inches. So it's about a half inch clearance on the base that it will be between the magnet and the wood. So that's not too bad. Yeah, just a little bit more tidying up the corners, rounding them out a bit, and then I should be ready to wrap. Got her all wrapped up. Doesn't look too bad, I guess. This is a spot right here I was worried about where it would look really plain, but it's not a bad angle. No, it should be okay. And see what I mean on the side of the ring where I had to shave it flat? Because if I didn't, it would have looked stupid probably. So right now, it's all flat and flush. So it looks pretty good. But if I didn't shave that off, it'd be sticking out past the seat. So anyone who sat down, they'd probably end up hitting it with their shoulder or something. And then I'd have to kick him in the nut. you know, because it's wrecking my shit. So yeah, that's that right there. Fuck, man, this camera angle makes everything look wonky. It's like a wide angle camera angle, whatever the fuck. So yeah, I'll bring the car down and fit her in and see how she looks. Then now from here, just gotta go pick up some fiberglass and some resin and do her up. Got her all fit in there. Looks pretty nice, I'd have to say. Fits perfect. Nice and snug up against the headrest there. See, once I get it all glassed up and bondoed and smooth, and I get it wrapped in leather, it's gonna blend right in too. So it's gonna look nice. There's a few gaps here and there, but it's just the way my car is, I guess. I don't know. But I don't know. It looks pretty damn good. So next step will be fiberglassing it up and sanding her all down. And hopefully soon my sub will be here. So yeah. It's looks pretty sweet. So yeah, that's it right there. Okay, I got the box all resined up with the felt, the fleece, whatever the fuck it is. Just gonna wait for it to harden up now. I have to go get another can of resin. So yeah, when this hardens up, then I'll start laying some fiberglass and go from there, I guess. Some fiberglass laid down. I just started to grind it down. Yeah, it's kind of hard to get it done properly when it's a pretty cool day. So, and I don't have anywhere inside to work on it because this stuff stinks. The garage is full. It's not heated. So I basically had to set up a heater inside a tent. So you got to do what you got to do, I guess. And the resin, it was basically like syrup. Like, I don't know, I sat it in front of the heater and it just wouldn't thin up. So yeah, it finally sitting in front of the heater for a couple hours. It hardened up, so just starting to grind down some high spots with some bubbles and whatever, because it's just yeah, this weather is not good at all for fiberglassing. So yeah, I'm just about to tidy it up, and then we'll see how we can get onto some Bondo. All right, we're back here with the ghetto ass subwoofer box build. I just put on my first layer of Bondo. I put it on pretty thick because the way the fiberglass cured, because of the weather and everything, it created a few ripples and a couple bubbles and stuff. I tried to grind it all down pretty smooth, and I got most of it. So yeah, I'm pretty sure when this is dry and I start sanding it out, it should turn out pretty good. And I still got I don't know, maybe a third left, a quarter to a third left in that tiny little container of Bondo. So I'll be able to go over and patch some holes and whatever. So I'm not too worried about it. It's not turning out too bad. So I don't know, it's, I guess, not bad for my first ever fiberglass job. So yeah, got my little heater there, and I feel like I'm in a fucking fishing hut right now. I went and stole my lamp from my girlfriend. She's probably gonna be pissed off when she sees it's missing. But yeah, I'll let this dry, and then I'll give her a quick sand. Okay, she is feeling like glass right now. Like, I wish you guys could feel this. It's like, it seriously feels like glass. It's so smooth. Yeah, she's turned out pretty good. So I just got to I'm gonna keep sanding it a little bit with some like with some more 320 grit or whatever, just to double check everywhere. But like there's some spots, like tiny little pinholes. You can't really notice that. Like you can see that right there. I don't know if that's really like the spray on primer, that'll fix that. But that's pretty much like the worst of it right now. Like I just wish you guys could feel how smooth this is. Like holy fuck. But anyway, I want to go over one thing that I did fuck up on, is when I wrapped this thing with the felt. I wrapped it, but I wrapped it and I stopped right here at the base. And all like below here, you can see like, well, you can't see, but the line of staples is like right here. And then when I put the resin on, it like super wrinkled all this excess stuff. I didn't know it would, but even though I had fiberglass over top of that, it's still, when it was drying, wrinkled along with the fiberglass. Like I'm pretty sure it had to do with the temperature I was working in. Like it was pretty chilly. Like I said, the resin was like fucking syrup. So yeah, right, I'm back here. Gonna start with the wrapping of this box. I did a quick coat of just regular black paint, just so I could see, because it is gloss paint, it'll give me a better idea of where any dips are or anything. You can see like spots kind of that are darker. That's just where the Bondo was. I don't know why it turned out a different color. I don't know, but yeah. So I finally decided I'm gonna try to go with the leather. I couldn't find any cheap real leather because I know the fake stuff, it's not very stretchy and it's hard to get around curves and corners without making it wrinkly and look ugly. So I went to like a thrift store, I guess you'd call it. I don't know, here in Canada we have like Value Village and stuff like that. But I picked up a leather coat for $5. I'm not even kidding. And I looked at a few and I tried to see which one had like a decent seam design. I don't know, this is kind of like a basketball, but I don't think it'll look too bad. So, and it's real leather, so it's real leather, so something like that would probably cost a lot more than $5. But yeah, I just bought the coat, cut it apart, and you know what the funny part is? The inside material actually doesn't look that bad either, and the stitching on the inside, it's just 2 lines there or whatever. So I don't know, it's either or. I can use either material because this design, I don't think it'll look too bad next to the leather. So yeah, I'm gonna start off by coating some adhesive on both and then just trying to lay out that leather, I guess, and see how she fits. So yeah, I guess I'll try to get this tacked up, and then once it's tacky, I'll start sticking it on there and stapling it to it. Yeah, I got both pieces coated in epoxy, contact adhesive. I don't know, it says wait like 15 minutes on the jar or something, I don't know. Wait 15 minutes until it's slightly tacky. But I did do a little research on doing adhesive on leather, and the leather does absorb a lot of it, like real leather, so I'll probably have to apply a second coat on the leather because it's gonna suck it all up. But yeah, so once this is all tacky and ready to go, I'm gonna start fitting it up. Like, it's gonna be a little bit tricky because these seams I have to line up perfectly with the center of this box. That's kind of the thing I wanted, because I wanted to make it look like it's like factory built kind of, or I designed the leather to fit this box specifically. I don't want to just slap on anything, and you know what I'm saying. So it should make it look pretty good with the seams. Yeah, so just let it get a little tacky, and like it's tacky now. There's a few spots that are still wet. I'll rub them in a little bit more, but oh yeah, hey, that's already getting pretty dry. Jesus. All right, I'm gonna do another quick coat on the leather, and then I'm gonna slap her on there. We're all wrapped up. I'm just about to cut out the hole. It didn't turn out too bad. I tried to get the seam lined up as center as I could. There was one thing I knew about too, and I totally forgot, is that as soon as you lay the two parts together with the adhesive, like if you try to take it off and reposition it, you have to basically start all over again, because it fucks up all the glue. Then over here I had a couple spots where the glue actually bunched up because I lifted it and put it down in a different spot. So I don't know, I quickly took a paint can and tried to roll it out, but yeah, and this, like, I'm not, like, I don't ever work with leather, so I'm not sure like how to do like the seams and stuff like around corners. That's what I was worried about, because I don't want it looking like a fucking leather Christmas present here, like. But I did the best I could with all the excess leather. Like on the side here, there was one part here that had excess. I had to fold over. I don't know, I didn't want to cut it or anything. And the edges I had to fold over here. But this line right here, this straight line, you don't see any of this because it's going to be behind the seat. The only part you see is basically from here up, and that's the part that looks like really good. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. There's a couple little spots though where you can see spots of glue that has risen up. But honestly, once it's in the car, I don't know if you'll really be able to see it. And if you can, then I don't know. I don't really want to tear it up. I might just leave it. I don't know. But I'll cut this hole out and I'll fit it in the car and see how the two different kinds of leather match up. This is a really fine leather though. The leather in my car is really coarse because I'm pretty sure it's not real. So I'll cut this out and yeah, we'll see how she looks in the car. There she is. I was actually I had it cut in like triangles and I was gonna fold them in and glue them, but until I actually have the sub here, it's still on its way in the mail. I don't want to do that in case I have to enlarge this hole a bit, because I tried to make it as close as I could to the specs, to the mounting diameter. So yeah, I'll just have to wait and see how the sub fits. So I had to cut it like that. But yeah, that's it's looking pretty good. I think it looks really good with the stitching. So I'll walk up to the car now. We'll throw her in and see how she looks. Moment of truth. Let's get this armrest out of here. Fuck, it's hard to wiggle in here with a phone in my hand. Close up the seat. So I mean, no, it's pretty tight, but fits in there nice and snug. And that's it right there. Looks pretty good with the stitching. The leather is a little bit different, like color wise, but honestly, once there's a speaker in there, it should look, it'll obviously look really nice. But yeah, that's it right there. Take a look from the front seat. Nice. I'm pretty happy. Once I get the speaker in there, it'll look a lot better. Right now with that big ugly hole cut in it. Yeah, it looks a bit redneck, I guess. But yeah, that's it right there. Not too bad. I like it. So yeah, next video I guess will be when the sub gets here. I'll be mounting that and wiring it up.